Hey guys and girls of World of Warcraft, this is Starwind here bringing you 2-man raiding of Magtheridon, and also I'm going to tell you about my new series called Snuffknot and Willy Fighting Around the World. It's a dungeon lore series that I'll be bringing you. Hopefully over time you'll get more information on the dungeons, and I'll tell you about that towards the end of the video. First of all, I want to go over Magtheridon in the Hellfire Citadel, how he ended up there and how the raid begun. So for the basic lore, the former Lord of Outland, Magtheridon, was ruling it there for a long time after the Cataclysm. As soon as the Cataclysm happened, he conquered the ruins of the Orcish homeworld and took it for his own. Illidan's Stormrange ended his reign in Outland, and Illidan took Magtheridon's throne for himself and made it the Black Temple. Illidan had Magtheridon dragged to Hellfire Citadel and imprisoned. Fel Orcs were supposed to take care of him, but unfortunately, us, a group of adventurers, entered, released him, and finally destroyed him. So in the background there you'll get to see the raid itself of Magtheridon, just going down the path, killing all the trash, and actually going in and defeating Magtheridon himself in the battle. It's a bit of a long one, it takes 8 minutes in total from start to finish. The enemies are quite tough. Magtheridon himself went down pretty easy, but it was the mobs before him that caused the most hassle. I just want to give you a lot about the lore of Magtheridon himself and his time in Outlands, how he got there, what happened, and why he's in the raid himself. So we'll start off. He was a brutal lord and servant of Manoroth the Destructor, who we're used to in Cataclysm. You'll meet him in the Well of Eternity as one of the dungeon bosses. He's the last boss of the Well of Eternity. So Magtheridon found his way to Draenor after its Cataclysm. He gathered orcs who were corrupted and became Fel Orcs. And from that he declared himself ruler of Outland. He started to bring all of his legions of demons to Outland through the 4-dimensional gateways. These were opened by Ner'zhul, the Lich King. He was the old Orcish Draenor king. His body got destroyed and his spirit was encased in a frozen tomb which became the Lich King. The many demons that he brought through with him were Nether Dragons, Voidwalkers, Succubi, Felguards, Felbeasts, Doomguards, Eridar, and Infernals. And this is why Outland is full of all these creatures, because of them coming through all these 4-dimensional gateways that were opened once upon a time. He continued attacking the Draenei and anything that opposed him in Outland over the time he was ruling there. And he'd done that for a 20-year spell since the Cataclysm that shattered the world of Outland and drove the Draenei out. But 20 years after the Cataclysm and after Magtheridon's rule, Illidan entered the scene, and Illidan and his forces were moved to Outland to escape Kil'jaeden, Illidan's vengeful master, who we do see later in the game in another raid, which we will go into, the Sunwell Plateau. And from that, Illidan made his move on Outland. Soon after Illidan entered Outland, Magtheridon found himself under attack from the new force that had entered the area. Between Illidan, Kael'thas Blood Elves, Lady Vajash's army of Naga, and even the elusive Ashtongue of the Broken Draenei, led by Elder Saga Akama, the 4-dimensional gateways that supplied Magtheridon with forces were shut down. Then the armies laid siege to Magtheridon's Black Citadel. The Pit Lord rallied his forces to defend himself, surrounding himself with everything he could to try and protect himself for one last hurrah. But they were no match for the combined forces and skills of Illidan's armies. The resistance was crushed in no matter of time. Illidan broke through and Magtheridon was defeated by the 4 generals. Magtheridon asked Illidan, was he sent there by the Legion to test him? To which Illidan replied that he had come to replace him. It was believed Magtheridon had been killed, but this was not the case. Magtheridon had been dragged to Hellfire Citadel and imprisoned. He was being kept there by the Outland's new overlord for unknown purposes, but the Fel Orcs' dark magic was doing things. And that is the full story of Magtheridon in Outland, his time there, and what exactly happened to cause him to be in the raid. You can see in the background the fight with Magtheridon, and just we've 2-manned them. Pretty interesting raid to do. I enjoyed it. I remember doing it a long time ago when I first started out playing, and I enjoy learning all the lore of the raids and the dungeons, because not many people know them. Not many people know exactly what happened, that he actually took over from the Lich King who was running Outland at one stage. Them parts of the lore are just kind of missing, I think, in the gameplay. I think people are very surrounded in the numbers and the gear and how everything looks, so I want to make a series that brings this lore to people. It's going to be with my character Snuffnut and his pet Willy. They're going to go fighting around the world, taking on all the old dungeons. And what I want to do is I want to offer you the ability to hear the lore of each dungeon and how they run, and actually see the dungeons as well while I run through them. I give you all the lore on all the bosses as I take them down. It'll tell you exactly how them bosses ended up in them particular dungeons and what exactly happened. Hopefully you have a nice re-entrance sequence, make it look a bit funny, bit of crack with it, and you hopefully enjoy the series as well. If you want to subscribe, you'll keep you up to date and you'll get to see all the new ones as they come in the series. I'm hoping this is going to be a good series. I'm going to enjoy it myself. I've done a couple of the instances now and done the videos on them, and they're turning out very well. It's nice to see the lore all coming together. Hopefully it'll bring better together the world. Before Mist of Pandaria comes out, you'll have a better understanding of everything in the world and how all the dungeons fit into where they are. Especially with some of them being made up to the full level again, it'll be nice to know where they're coming from and how exactly they're getting there. So it'll be a nice wee series to go through, and hopefully you'll all enjoy it, and it'll be good. It'll be good for the game and for everyone to learn stuff from it. So I'm just going to leave you with the rest of the video. I hope you enjoy, and as usual, till next time, see you around the Cape of the Cataclysm. Have a good one.